Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Well, vacation is just around the corner and a lot of you have asked me for a camera bag because a lot of you like to take pictures. And so I've created a duct tape camera bag that has a nice long strap that can go over your neck and it opens up, safely keeping your camera right inside. So I'm going to show you how to make one right now. So for this project, we're going to need our scissors. We are definitely going to need our camera because everybody's camera is a little bit different. So you're going to need your camera. Now, what you're also going to need is 2 pieces of fabric. Now, the way you're going to measure this fabric is you want to make sure that your fabric is 1 strip wider than your camera. So see, my camera's here, and then I'm 1 strip. So I got my camera, and then I added 1 extra strip. So that when I stick it in the middle, I've got about 1 inch on either side. That's kind of important. Okay. Now, to measure how long the piece is, what you want to do is on the first piece, take your camera, lay it down on its back, flip it up, and flip it onto its face. You want your piece of fabric to be that big, so it's flip, up, flip. Now, for your second piece of fabric, you want to start with it standing up, flip it onto its face, flip it over its head, and flip it back. So that's a whole flip, starting from a stand-up, over, over. That's the most important thing. I can't give you measurements because your camera is probably different from my camera. So that's the fabric that you need. You need 2 pieces of fabric. Now, you're also going to need your extra duct tape. And I've pre-cut my pieces here. To make my strap, I'm going to be using some embellishment tape. So I'm going to be using the tape that I'm going to be using to make it really pretty. And I'm going to need 3 strips that are 15 inches long. I'm also going to have some extra strips, which are my embellishment tape that I've cut in half, and I've got a couple nice long strips of that I can use. I'm also going to want 4 pieces of my fabric colored tape, and I want that to be about 3-4 inches. And then I've just got some extra little strips that have been ripped in half, and that is because I'm going to use those for embellishment. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are actually going to start by making the strap. So I'm going to take my first piece of tape here, and I'm just going to move these out of the way for right this second. Now, what I'm going to do is make a 3-fold strip. It's actually 2-fold, but I'm going to be folding it into thirds because making a 45-inch long strap can be a little tricky. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my one side, I'm folding it sticky side up, and I'm taking one edge and folding it 1/3 in. And I'm using my fingers. Even at 15 inches, you can see that that's a little hard. That's a little bit of a stretch for my thumb there. So you fold it over, and then you fold that top sticky strip over on itself. There we go. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my second strip, and I'm going to lay this down. And what I want to do is take about 1.5 inches of my pre-made strip here. I'm going to lay it right in the middle of that sticky strip. And then I'm just going to fold up to cover from the bottom. This is a new tape that I discovered. I got it from Duct. It's made by a company called Just for Laughs. It's called Just for Laughs, and it's a pretty nice tape. I like it. It's a brand new tape for me. Okay, now I'm going to fold this top one down. But I got it from this company called Duct, and I really like it. It's got a nice quality, and it rips really well. Okay, so now I've got a 30-inch long strap. If you want it longer, like I do, because I want it to go up and over my head, I'm going to use 1 more strip of tape. Lay it down right in the middle. Fold this up. It's very important to make the strap first. You'll see why in just a second. And fold it over. Now, for our camera case, we're going to be making 2 pouches, basically. Okay, there you can see. There's my strap. I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm going to start with the smaller piece. My smaller piece is going to become the top of my pouch. This is the part that came down, slipped down over top. I need this piece to be slightly larger than this piece, slightly wider. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these two up here, and I'm just going to mark with my finger in about 1/2 an inch, because these two are the same size, and I want this one to be this longer piece. I want it to be a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to follow the seams. See how the seams line up there? That's the strings in the tape. They just kind of line up there. Follow those right along. And now when I hold it up to this, there should be about 1/4 of an inch there. And that's all I need. I just need it to be about 1/4 of an inch smaller. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to seal these sides. I'm going to be using my embellishment tape. I'm going to go right to the edge here. And I'm going 1/2 on, 1/2 off, like I always do when I seal things. I'm going to rip that little bit of extra off, put that off to the side, and fold this over. Now don't worry about that little bit. It's going to get cut off in just a second. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to line up with this edge right here. This is the opening edge. Lay it flat down, 1/2 on, 1/2 off. Fold it over. Now, what I'm going to do is my sealed pouch, I'm going to cut at a diagonal right here. This is so my strap can go through. So I want to make sure that there's enough room for my strap. So I'm going to put my strap right here, and I'm going to have to go from here to here to make sure that my strap will slip through. So I'm just going to take my scissors and snip, just like that. Now let's check and see, can my strap slide through? Yep, nice and easily. So to make sure that I get the same amount on the other side, I can just take my corner, lay it in the corner over here. So that's the corner that I cut, and then I just use it as my template. Now I've got my top. Now what I'm going to do is actually slip this through. Slip it there. And now when you do your strap, you're going to need to allow it to slide through, and it's going to kind of make like a little bend. See how it kind of goes up and over. You just want to make sure that it doesn't twist on you. So that's good. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for now. And I'm going to grab my bigger piece. This is the bottom of the pouch. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this up and crease it so I know where the middle point is. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straps, even amount here. I'm going to take my piece of fabric that's going to become the pouch. I'm going to lay this strap here and this strap here, right on the sides. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those green pieces of tape. Remember I had those green pieces of tape? I'm going to lay them right on the center. So this strap is lined up right at the edge. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to line it up right in the center. Now I did not go over the top. You see that? I didn't go over the top. Put it on the side there. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. There. And another piece of green tape right there. And now I'm going to close this and flip it over. And I'm just going to fold these strips back. Now the reason I'm doing this is to make sure that my strap is really tight, nice and secure, and isn't going to pull out from my purse. This makes it very, very solid. Now all I'm going to do is take my tape and seal those sides, just like we normally do. Line it up on the edge, 1/2 on, 1/2 off. Other side, line it up on the edge, 1/2 on, 1/2 off. Flip her over, fold it over, fold it over, and let's get rid of that little snip here. Give it a little snip. Make sure you don't snip the bottom. And snip it here. Make sure you don't snip that bottom. And now you can add a little bit of embellishment. Take that skinny piece of tape that you had cut from before, lay it on, wrap it around, match it up on the top. And now, let's get our camera and put her in. So what happens is your camera slides in down here, and there's space inside here if you wanted to add your cards and things, your digital cards, and then this just slides down right over top to protect your camera. Now you could also make this for your cell phone, or if you've got a passport, anything that you want to keep. It also makes a really cute little purse. And there you have it. And that's all there is to it. Now you got yourself a great camera bag. Sling it over your shoulder and you're ready to go. And the great thing is, whenever you need it, you just pull open the top, pop out your camera, and you're ready for the shot. For more great ideas to take on vacation with you, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com. Say cheese!